We are living in a time when there seems to be much to fear, and the list of dangers seems to grow every day. World events can seem apocalyptic, with wars and rumors of wars, epic scales of weather, vast locust swarms, fires and droughts, pestilence and disease. Instant worldwide communication magnifies every occurrence to an anxious global population. It can be challenging to avoid being caught up in worry. Isaiah taught that we are not to see conspiracies everywhere and not to fear the things other people are afraid of, to not take on their worries. Of course, this does not mean we should not avoid danger and suffering when we can. But there is nothing to fear from what this temporary world can do to us, since the same fate awaits all mortal beings. Our main concern should always be the reality of the spiritual realm, where our ultimate futures await. The adversaries of humanity not only lie to us about what is really happening, but preach that wealth, pleasure, and power will make us happy. They create ever smaller division between people so that we cannot be united. They convince us to remember every real and imagined offense that we suffer from others, but to forget the consequences of our own. They want us to feel afraid and discouraged so that we surrender our freedom to live harmoniously according to our true spiritual natures. These adversaries not only work through politics and world governments, but through the distortions and compromises of organized religions. Yeshua never doubted that the chief adversary of humanity is presently the real ruler of this world. Lord Yeshua was personally tempted by this adversary, who once showed him all the kingdoms of the world that would ever be, offering that all these things I will give you if you fall down and worship me. Yeshua reminds us that our adversaries can only offer the things of this temporary world, and that to purchase them with that which is priceless and eternal is to surrender life itself. In the West, the personality component called our self has come to be considered a bad thing. A person with a big ego is thought to be self-centered and selfish. In reality, it is the person with the weak ego that is fearful and controlling, because reality seems to be too big, too frightening. Such people will believe anything and flee into superstitions and addictions. A healthy ego can engage the world as it is, with a strength of character capable of the mindfulness needed for a successful spiritual journey to the discovery of our true self, what the avatars called becoming at one with the Tao, or the universal Buddha mind. It is what Christians call becoming who we are in Christ. It has been a universal truth since time immemorial that even approaching this attainment through effort and practice is to invite resistance. Spiritual counterattack is a certainty and will manifest both from within and from others. Every spiritual tradition recognizes this reality and warns about it. Gautama recognized that suffering was an unavoidable part of being human. Peter reminds us that it is better to suffer various trials for doing good than to suffer from doing wrong, and that evil people will be put to shame by our good examples. In these challenging times, one helpful example is to project that peace that surpasses all understanding, that arises from hearts and minds that have not strayed from that narrow path to truth and life that the apostles of Yeshua called the way.